Today I'm going to talk to you about the Himiway cargo bike, $14.99. Comes in two models. This one right here, the male's model, and then there's also a step through for better top tube clearance. You know, we find more and more a lot of our peers, you know, parents, co-parents, neighbors, they're buying this bike. They're not buying the $5,000 e-bike. Rather, this is what they want to get around, and it has a real bonus, which is it's actually a car replacement bike. You know, you could start to, you work from home, you just have a lot of short trips and whatnot. This can replace your car. So $14.99, a lot of money, but really in the world of e-bikes and mountain bikes, it's not a lot. And I'm going to tell you what I've found so far. I've been using it for 3 months. It's not my kind of bike per se. I just do mountain bike all day long, but I do come from a road biking background, and I do want to take less trips on the car, so this has come in handy. $14.99 is quite impressive because it offers a lot for the money. So in the end, this is what Himiway does, is it just gives you a lot of bang for the buck. So what do you get? You get a 750 watt hub motor, brushless, super powerful, 80 Newton meters of torque. Just to give you an idea, there's a lot more powerful than what you can find in mountain bikes these days, or e-road bikes. So it's a good, strong motor. The battery is quite capable, 850 watt hours, meaning it's a lot. And what does it do? It gives you a range of about 35 to 60 miles, depending on how fit you are, how much you want to help out, and how hilly your terrain is. So that's just an average. So a little day trip, a couple days, this should be enough. And a couple other things that it does really well is it has a rack right here. So this is all comes built for $14.99. It's direct to consumer, and that's why it's cheap. You know, at the bike shop, this would probably be $2,000, $2,500. So it comes with a rack, a mud guard right here. It also has a front mud guard, but it hasn't really been raining here in California, so I haven't had to use it. And it has fat tires, so 3.0 or maybe 3.8 inch fat tires from Kenda. And what fat tires do is they give you more traction, more flotation, but also it gives you more tunability for different kind of terrain. So you lower the pressure as your trails get bumpy. It also has front suspension, so quite a bit there for your money. And a couple things that I particularly like. So the saddle is good, you know. Tell you what, if you haven't been on a bike in a long time and you get on it, first 2 weeks it's nothing but pain. Your muscles are getting used to it. So something like this will really help you. So something that I really like is light. So at a flick of a switch, it controls both front and rear, and you got your lights. And why is that important? In my view, there's nothing more important than lights when you're in traffic, because accidents are going to happen when cars are the drivers don't see you, they're distracted, and they hit you as they make a left turn in front of you, or they hit you from behind and they cut you off. If a bike doesn't have lights, you know, the majority of the time the owner doesn't install lights, but when it comes with it, it's always there. The owners most likely to use it. All they need to do is this, and there's a little indicator here on the display when the light is on and when it's off. It's connected to your main power source, so whenever your e-bike's charged, your lights are charged. So really cool. 7-speed shifter, pretty ergonomic grips. So they look like they're wrapped in vinyl or leather, but it's got the nice shape to them. Big levers, disc brakes, very important. They're not hydraulic, they're cable, so but they're fairly powerful. Bike like this, you really need disc brakes because you're carrying a lot of speed and momentum. Even comes with a, can't tell you how important it is that you don't want to startle people. You don't want to come upon them by surprise. They're courteous, they'll get out of your way if they know you're coming. It has a really burly kickstand for something this weight. It's a commuter, cargo bike, beach cruiser, little adventure mountain bike for some people. You know, they take trails like this, and it's kind of filling the void for people who want to get into more biking. You know. Last thing I'll tell you about is the display. The display is so full featured, really cool. You see that your lights on, your battery level, your speed, your mode. Five modes, and it even has a USB charger, USB port, so you can charge your devices. You can charge your iPhone from this thing. And tell you what, in the world of high-end $10,000 mountain bikes and e-bikes, they don't have this feature. So that's pretty cool, right? How it works is there's 5 levels of assistance, and what it controls is when the cutoff speed is. So at level 1, the motor will help you. As soon as it senses you're spinning the motors and the cranks, and it'll get you up to about 12 miles an hour. At that point, it'll just shut off and just toggle off and on until you get there. Level 2, it'll get you up to 18 miles an hour. So and so on and so forth. I believe at level 3, so this is a class 3 e-bike, and it gets you about 28 miles an hour. So you are jamming. So it is pretty darn fast. The other thing is because it's a class 3 e-bike, it has a throttle. So the throttle is right here. So it's kind of hidden, huh? You just twist it and you're going. So if you don't want to pedal, or you know, you're a little bit tired, you can use it as a throttle bike as well. So that's what it's good at. What's it not so good at? You know, just to make sure you're buying the right thing, I'll give you a little pros and cons as well. Some of the cons are, number one is it's heavy. It's 75 pounds, maybe 72 pounds. So you have to think about that. You got to make sure that you're okay with that. You know, when you're at speed climbing hills, it doesn't matter. But when you're in the garage, you want to lift this to your truck. You want to know that you'll be able to lift that. Otherwise, it won't be much good to you if you're gonna load it anywhere. So, and you know, with that kind of weight, you know, moving it around is a little bit harder. Working on it, putting it on a bike stand, everything's a little bit harder because of that kind of weight. So the second thing I'll let you know about is it is a powerful motor, and you have to get used to how it kicks in, because it kicks in, it doesn't kick in at 10% or 20%. What the modes give you is modulating your top speed. When it kicks in pretty hard. Pretty much all of its torque is going to go in as soon as you pedal. The other thing is it doesn't sense how much you're trying to work, so it'll just, as soon as you turn those cranks, it's going to give you all it's got. So there you go, a little bit of pros and cons, but I've reviewed a few of these, even though they're not mountain bikes. You know, really good lifestyle bikes, car replacement bikes, and you know, pretty full featured, a lot of bang for the buck option from Himiway at $14.99. Thank you.